Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. The world is spinning out of control. The sky is falling. According to the left. The lies and the misunderstandings and the just firing people up, trying to incite riots all across the country.
Seems to be working.
Outright dishonesty.
Yep. Because this does not end abortion for the billionth time. It just sends it back to the states for them to make their own decisions.
Oh, okay, mister. I want back alley abortions. All right, whatever.
Right. I know. You could either go in a back alley, or you could say go to California. Paid for entirely by Amazon if you're an employee there. Corporations are going to do this all over the country.
Yeah.
Amazon's already offering $4,000 to their employees who are getting abortions if you have to cross state lines. Really? Huh. I can get a $500 abortion. I can fly first class to California, stay in a 5-star hotel, get my abortion, fly back. I've had a nice little California vacation.
No doubt.
Murder in style.
Yeah, it's great. The left, of course, apoplectic over this. They've seriously lost their minds. Some of the tweets from Nayura. Mm-hmm. Please know this draft opinion is harsher than Sharia law.
Wow. Wow.
Is it?
Drama
Is it?
much?
Jeez. From Sarah Spector. Women need to go on a sex strike now. No more abortion, no more sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, based on that.
Yeah, no, yes, you're correct.
I don't think Sarah's going to have any problem at all.
Not going to be an issue for Sarah Spector.
Not going to be breaking too many hearts. Oh, no, you won't have... Okay, well, all right.
I'm on a sex strike. To quote Jeffy.
No.
Are you?
What? That's lasted your entire life?
Oh, see.
Oh, see.
Oh, is that a bridge too far?
No, I'm sorry. I don't have any sympathy for these people. This
No.
is just absolutely asinine.
And after people
evil
reminded Sarah that, others might help her accommodate that request, she pulled down that tweet.
Did she? Oh, how about that? Then we've got Martyr Maid. Just so I'm clear, if the SCOTUS leaker had given the draft to WikiLeaks, it would have been a crime justifying a government vendetta against the leaker and publisher for years. Yes?
Correct. Yeah, been said they're a hero. It just depends on what you leak and who you leak it to.
Right. Let's see. Brandon Morse, formerly of The Blaze, tweeted this. Don't worry, transgender activists. The moment the dust settles from this Roe v. Wade thing, the Democrat Party will get right back to pretending women don't exist again. Isn't that the truth? I really love that aspect of it because they're just flat out saying, the only ones that's affects are women. The only ones who can get pregnant and have abortions are women. Wait, what? What about the trans men? What about them? What about men? Men can have abortions. They can have periods. They can do all of those things.
That's what you were saying. Those are your rules.
Right. We're just living by them now. Ian Hayworth tweeted, my pansexual queer 3-year-old child of color.
Covered all the bases, Ian.
Yeah, I like it. My pansexual queer 3-year-old child of color, Pebbles Solomon Hayworth, just read the Politico SCOTUS leak, looked up at me and asked, through tears, non-birthing parent, why would Ron DeSantis do this?
That's beautiful.
What a great tweet.
Yeah.
Racket.
Talk about disinformation.
Right. That's right.
Man.
That is
Pull
really
that
funny.
down.
My pansexual queer 3-year-old child of color. It's just so great.
Non-birthing parent, why would Ron DeSantis do this?
Abby Libby. Shout out to Ruth Bader Ginsburg for making this day possible by refusing to step down when her party asked her to. Though she knew she was sick, she was so sure Hillary would win.
Yeah. Should have been an Obama seat.
Another really good point. And speaking of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, by the way, and Roe v. Wade, here's a little quote from Ruth that has been making the rounds. Keith looked this up. verified it,
Yes,
confirmed it. This actually came from her. Roe was heavy-handed judicial intervention that was difficult to justify and appears to have provoked, not resolved conflict.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you, RBG Wisdom.
Had you seen? I've never heard that quote from her before.
I don't care for that picture, though, that accompanies that quote. What's with the glove?
I'm not sure.
That's their look. What are you talking about?
Their look.
Holy you guys! I'm driving in a car, but I just got a notification that Ruth Bader Ginsburg died!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could this year get any worse?
Oh, believe me. Yeah, it can. Yeah, it
You
can.
guys had to make it to 2021!
I know. So rude of her. So rude. To die in 2020 when all she had to do was make it to 2021.
Well, she should have quit earlier. She should have stepped down earlier.
Yeah, she should have. She should have. If she was a patriot, that's what she would have done. Am I right? Here's another quote from
You should certainly
Ruth
be
Bader
aided
Ginsburg.
by all the Constitution writing that has gone on since the end of World War II. I would not look to the U.S. Constitution if I were drafting a Constitution in the year 2012.
It's old and dusty.
I might look at the Constitution of South Africa.
South
That was
Africa.
a deliberate
Boy, that's going
attempt
Everywhere like such as.
to have a fundamental instrument of government that embraced basic human rights, had an independent judiciary.
What a concept.
It really is.
How'd the South Africans come up with that? An independent judiciary?
That'll never work.
What? Who would ever think of that? Next, you'll be saying we should also have an independent legislative branch and independent executive, and they're all three co-equal branches that balance each other out.
Corby, you writing this down?
Yeah.
This is like a moment of genius. Somebody needs to write this down.
Except I don't think it'll ever work. Nah.
I think a great piece of work that was done.
Yeah.
Much more recently than the U.S. Constitution,
Canada.
Canada
Right. Yeah.
has a Charter of Rights and Freedoms.
Wow.
Dates from
Wish we had that.
1982.
Was it 1982?
82.
Huh.
Almost certainly look at the European Convention on
Sure,
Human
the
Rights.
European Convention on
So,
Human Rights. That was
yes,
great
why not
stuff.
take advantage
Why not?
what there is elsewhere?
Other than it's unconstitutional to do that. Why not? Well, and now, if she were alive today, I'm sure she'd include Iceland's constitution, which came about through Twitter.
Have to.
A lot of Twitter ideas. They actually went to people and said, "Hey, tweet us your ideas for the Constitution."
I mean,
And the ones that got the most likes?
Yeah, right. They went into the Constitution.
Look, the 10 suggestions for the Icelandic Constitution that get the most likes.
Yeah.
We're not talking retweets. We're talking likes. That's what we're putting in our Bill of Rights.
That's why there's so many LOLs in the Icelandic Constitution.
I thought it was just a weird language, but you're saying that that's because
Yeah,
it
it's
was
because
just copied and pasted
came right
from
out of
a Twitter feed.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now I get it.
Yeah.
I think Iceland is beautiful, right?
It's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
It is. There's no doubt about
it's
that.
a booming economy. People are happy.
Yeah, yeah. Some of the happiest on the planet.
LOL.
Right, exactly. Meanwhile, Vice is out there explaining how to get veterinary drugs if you're trying to have an abortion.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what?
Wait.
This is absolutely
Does
mind-numbing.
horse paste do that?
I just listen to this. Is it misoprostol? Relatively easy to acquire from veterinary sources, since in addition to medically inducing abortions, it's also used to treat ulcers in horses. After all we've gone through and heard from these a-holes over the last 2 years.
Yes.
But hang on a second. That is from Vice, correct?
Yeah.
It's not like, or do we have any evidence that maybe they said something in the past that would...
No, I'm sure not.
Because that was...
Oh, wait. Except from the same department advice, Motherboard. That's one of the departments there. So if you're looking for it and you see Motherboard, don't be confused. It still is Vice.
Okay.
Here's Vice last year.
Okay.
In another example of Facebook's problem with medical misinformation, a Motherboard review of the platform's ad library has found a number of recent ads clearly advocating for the use of ivermectin in human beings.
What?
Wow. Wow.
hard to believe. You can't make this stuff up.
I know.
So Motherboard, Vice, again, also said that when Joe Rogan healed up from COVID-19, that he used his first show back to spread misinformation about the horse deworming drug he took.
Jeez.
But yet, it's cool if you use a horse drug for an abortion.
Right.
But not to heal yourself.
Because that sounds really safe, too, doesn't it?
It sure
does. That
does.
sounds super safe.
It sure does.
Oh, my gosh. These people.
The same drug that horses used for ulcers should be perfectly safe for humans to use for abortions.
And then you clean up your ulcer issue if you have one. It's good to go.
There was a reporter
Right.
that went to a Planned Parenthood or some sort of women's health clinic in Jackson, Mississippi, to see what the mood is the day after the Supreme Court got rid of abortion, which, again, we have to make clear.
We didn't.
They didn't.
They
yes,
didn't.
Exactly. But I guess they said that the mood there, they said, it feels like someone has died. Do you see the irony in your quote? Just
Right.
there is
No, they don't.
self-awareness whatsoever.
Nope. Not one iota.
But they're cool with the do-it-yourself abortion. That's
Yeah. Oh, that's
okay.
fine.
That's
Sure.
good.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. My gosh. By the way, any pro-abortion bill in the Senate now is pretty much dead on arrival. They've been saying they're going to fix this through the legislative process. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, vowed to bring legislation that legalizes abortion to a vote in the Senate. Unfortunately, the effort's already doomed to fail. Why? Because of the filibuster, for one thing. The purpose of such a vote, according to Whip Senator Dick Durbin, is actually more about political theatrics than legalizing abortion. More than anything, we want to make sure every senator is on the record in terms of their position on Roe and on the decision of the court, Durbin said. Yes, by all means.
Yes.
Let's get these senators
Absolutely.
on record.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, I want to do that. And allow history to judge. Okay? Judge the actions of these bloodthirsty men and women in the Senate who belong to this crazy death cult called the Democrat Party. I'm sick of it. Let's have them put down their names. Each of these ghouls that want to slaughter babies continually. 63 million is not nearly enough. You bet, go on record. It's hard to imagine that these psychos could really believe that in 50 or 100 years, society will look back on this time in American history and their actions at this time and say, yep, wow, murdering 63 million babies, mostly for convenience, that was a really good idea. That was definitely the right and moral thing to do. It's just outrageous.
Pretty amazing
that they think they're on the right side of this argument.
Yeah, and the screeching Democrat base was, of course, in D.C. as soon as that announcement Monday night, and they were out there again yesterday.
Now, why would you say screeching? You're just editorializing there.
Am I?
I think so, yeah.
Well, let's see them in action. Let's see how that protest went. There's you, a Democrat protest. Seriously.
Wow,
This
is that
is
stupid?
Great. This is great. That's
Did you see Elizabeth doing? I don't know if we have, but the Elizabeth Warren clip where she's almost stroking out yesterday, just incredible.
Really?
Over this, yeah, we're gonna fight. I thought she was gonna stroke out, and it's just,
Wow.
Liz,
Calm down.
easy.
You're in Massachusetts, Liz.
She's on record.
She's definitely on record.
She's on record.
Yeah. Massachusetts will still allow the slaughter of babies. You can rest assured of that.
Good.
Yeah, in fact, we have a map of where it's still going to remain, legal if this thing goes into effect. Look at there. All those blue states. You got the West Coast, the Northeast, Illinois, Hawaii, Colorado. I mean, you got options there. And like you said, Pat, if Amazon's going to give you $4,000 to go to California,
Yes.
live it up, man.
No kidding.
You can probably find a free abortion and live the high life there for $4,000. Good trip, fun trip.
Yeah, but they're concerned about women's health care right now because they can't get women's health care anywhere but planned abortion, where really they don't do women's health care. And they're worried about their prenatal care because they won't be able to get that at Planned Parenthood, even though Planned Parenthood doesn't give you any prenatal care. They don't do prenatal care.
No, they don't. When you go there these days, it's almost like someone died.
It's almost like that. Yeah, because every day someone does.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
Well, the people in Washington D.C., the voice of the people,
the radicals.
Oh boy, they're
in
prime form right now.
A little bit out there. Here's the Jayapal. Jayapal. Is that how you pronounce it? Or is it Jayapal? Because sometimes
I've always heard Jayapal.
Jayapal.
Yeah, Pramila. Can we just call her
Pramila Jayapal.
Pramila.
Here's some of her really tender and lovely thoughts.
She is
of the fundamental freedom that women have to make choices about our own bodies and our own
Pause it for a
futures and
second.
our own economic security.
Nobody's talking about your own bodies. You can do whatever you want with your own body. We're talking about the separate body within, okay, that has separate circulatory system, respiratory system, separate arms and legs and head and brain and heart, and completely separate from your body.
Can I just say, this is a 34-second clip. You will have to stop it
many times.
This will be the longest 34-second clip ever. Just warning you now.
All right, let's see what else.
The thing is, Victor, that these justices are acting like this is somehow something that they have the right to change. They do not have the right.
Pause it for a second. Coming from the left.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The Supreme Court is the be-all and end-all of every issue. And now, somehow they have a right to do this? Yeah, that's exactly what they're supposed to do, is rule on the constitutionality of things.
Kind of how we've been doing things for 2.5 centuries lately.
Yeah. You might want to introduce yourself to a place called America. All right, let's see what else she had to say.
Oh, boy.
They do not have the right to change this, which has been settled law for 2 generations now of people who have grown up, who have gone through their 20s in the firm belief that they can make these decisions about their own bodies.
Wow, no.
The core belief that they can kill the babies.
Did you catch the irony there? For 2 generations. Yeah, that's because they were born. That's why they're a generation.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But it's settled law. It's settled law. What in our history, and we've gone through it
a million times, the settled law thing. So ridiculous.
Really? So you want slavery, Congresswoman?
Right.
You want separate but equal, Congresswoman? I mean, it's settled law. It was at one time, was it not? Gay marriage wasn't allowed. Settled law. Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh.
And now it's settled the other way.
Right.
Gay marriage, they're already worried about that for some reason. They're connecting gay marriage. Next, they're going to be taking away gay marriage. They're going to legalize gay marriage. Yep. What? Where are you getting that?
Yep.
What are you talking about? Nobody's even considering it except, obviously, you.
Yeah.
Well, they're grasping here, and they're trying to get any kind of support they can for their side.
They sure are.
And they're trying to figure out what else could be thrown back to the states. Oh, no, like that's the worst thing that's ever happened in this country, when a state decides its own laws.
Here's Representative Cory Bush and some of her precious thoughts.
Yes, I think that the president should really, that's been my stance, abolish the filibuster. And I saw that Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer did tweet out that there will be a vote. There's going to be a vote on the legislation to codify the right to an abortion. So we're looking forward to that. We need to see who's going to vote for it. Let's put the Senate on record.
Yes, let's do.
We want to think about what else the president could do. One option could be through the federal, through the Food and Drug Administration. The president could have the FDA issue regulations to expand access to medication abortion. We need to bring that back into the conversation so that pregnant people could have access to a 2-pill regimen safely and be able to end a pregnancy at home up to 10 weeks.
At home, that's important.
Up to 10 weeks.
What about the Department of Health and Human Services encouraging states to use their own Medicaid funds, of course, which are not governed by the Hyde Amendment? Use that to cover abortion services. So we have, there are options. We need to talk about all of them.
Yeah.
We have to cover abortion services?
What if we just have wandering abortion doctors just going through neighborhoods on their own and knocking on doors and asking if anybody in here need an abortion? We got our stuff in the truck.
Passing through.
So,
I love that.
Yeah, I think they should.
Neighborhood abortion vans.
Wandering abortion minstrels.
I am a fan.
We should
That
do
is
it.
awesome.
Let's do it. Because it should be really convenient. And they shouldn't have to even go down the street to the Planned
Maybe
Parenthood.
the ice cream truck can just pull the abortion trailer.
It's another good idea, too. Yeah.
Hey, get a cone. What, you want to need an abortion first?
It's the abortion truck. It's the abortion truck. Have all
trailer's
the kids
open.
running toward the truck.
There it is. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, good timing.
The abortion is here. The
Is that the
abortion is
abortion
here.
truck?
It is. It is.
That's good timing. I'm pretty sure I
Mom.
just got knocked up.
Can I get 25 cents to go have my abortion?
They're not
Sure,
charging.
honey.
They're
Sure.
not charging for those now, are they?
When those stupid justices overturned Roe v. Wade, now you have to pay for an abortion.
Damn it. Makes it so hard.
And when I was your age, it didn't cost me a cent.
Well,
The good days, the good times when taxpayers paid for these abortions, and the overseas abortions that we also paid for.
At one point,
Those
I
are good
thought I was
times.
going to have to take horse anti-ulcer medicine. but
Oh,
But did you hear
no.
Cory Bush?
Okay.
She doesn't care how we do this. I don't care if it's by hook or by crook. I don't care if it's through pills. I don't care. We just got to be killing babies, y'all. Let's go. We got to figure out a way to make this happen.
Well, they want to use it as birth control.
Yeah, it's unwanted pregnancies, right? As birth control. That's all it is.
That's all it is to them. Just like using a condom, I'm getting an abortion.
Yeah.
That's all. Because, I mean,
What's the big deal?
you don't want them punished, right? With a baby.
I don't know what the big
Who was
deal
it?
is.
Who was it that said something
Oh, I
about
don't
that?
Sounds familiar.
Maybe I'm just
The
dreaming
Messiah?
it. Maybe it didn't actually.
I've got two daughters,
No, yeah, it did.
9 years old and 6 years old. I'm going to teach them,
Right.
first of all, about values and morals.
Are you?
But if they make a mistake,
Yeah,
I don't want them punished with a baby.
right, with a baby.
I want
Right.
them punished with
Sexually,
an STD
STD.
at the age of 16.
I mean, that's literally the liberal creed on life
Yep.
right there in
It
one
sure
clip.
is.
I
I
don't,
don't
want
want him punished with a baby.
a baby is punishment.
Interesting.
Well, it is when it's a mistake.
And I also love the theory that I'm going to teach them morals and things, but then if they make a mistake, if they go against all that, I want to show them there's no consequences.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good plan, Barack. That
And
really
that's
is.
exactly what this fight is all about from the left, is that they don't want the responsibility, period.
No, they don't. No, they don't. And they're so adamant about it. It is seriously like they worship abortion.
It is a death cult.
It is. It's spooky. Their fervor over it. How did this happen?
Well, and they're gonna make an attempt to pack the court next. That's exactly what Chuck Schumer alluded to yesterday.
Yeah, Chuck Schumer said that. There were also others. Oh, Ilhan Omar, for one, has been talking about packing the court. And again, I don't remember if it was overtime or during the main show that we talked about the times when the court has changed the numerical situation in the Supreme Court.
Right.
But it's almost always been less than 9. It's only one time been 10, and it was only 10, and that was from 1863 to 1866. So for 3 years, they had an even number of justices. And then I think decided, hey, you know what, this even thing, we got to stop with the 5-5 ties in the Supreme Court. That doesn't work out.
So, Bill, you're out.
So they went back in 1869 to 9 justices, and it's been there ever since.
Did they just drag the guy out or the woman?
Sorry, dude.
They probably waited till somebody died or
last
quit.
one here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn out the lights.
Wow. It went from 10 to 7.
Oh yeah, 10 to 7, and then 10 to 7 in '66, and then in 1869 they bumped it back up to 9.
Yeah.
Right. Man.
And so we could just use their argument against them and just say it's precedent. I mean, we've had this thing in place for generations, 9 justices for 160 years or whatever, and it's settled law. 9 justices. You're not getting 12.
Right.
Or, I'm sorry. You're not going to get what's the number? They've been throwing out 15 a lot.
15 a lot.
Good grief.
Yeah, and you talk about settled law since 1869. Come on. Here's what Schumer had to say about court packing, though, yesterday.
Given that the conservative court majority is likely to be around for a while, do Democrats need to look more seriously at court expansion?
Look, the bottom line is our first step is to have the vote that we're going to have next week. And the bottom line is that we're going to look to these elections in November, and I think it's going to, the American people are going to speak loudly and clearly.
Yes, they are,
we need
Chuck.
some change.
Wow.
So he's on board. He's willing to look at that.
Of course he is.
Yes, they are, Chuck.
Of course he is.
The American people are going to speak
Just
loud
wait
and clear.
until Republicans regain control of the Senate. Then we'll see what they have to say about the nuclear option. Then let's see. What do you have to say about the filibuster now? Because I'm guessing there's going to be weeping and wailing and gnashing of teeth in the Senate.
Absolutely.
And they're the ones who did it.
Yeah. And even if they get rid of the filibuster, then you've got to get past Joe Manchin. As far as
he's been pretty adamant.
Yeah.
He said he still just feels the same way about the filibuster, which is great. I mean, if he toes the line here and sticks to his guns, he's going to be an American hero. If he's not already, because he's already prevented some huge disasters. Speaking of disasters, Whoopi Goldberg had some things to say yesterday about this particular topic.
But I will tell you, this is my body. And nobody, you got people telling me I got to wear a mask or don't wear a mask or do this. Everybody wants to tell me what to do. But you won't
pause it.
Wait one moment.
Now she's upset about that? Now she's got a problem with the mask mandate? Did she not defend it the whole time?
I don't know if Whoopi defended, but that show certainly did.
Oh, over and over again. That's what we were always saying. What about my body, my choice? I should be able to choose whether or not I'm going to wear a mask.
Maybe Whoopi, towed the line and never commented about that, which I find hard to believe. But
So
maybe
do I.
she just never commented about that when
Possibly.
everybody else was whack. Yeah, you got to wear a mask. You got to wear a mask.
Back in January, when Bill Maher was like, "People are over this COVID thing." You remember we played clips, and Whoopi said, "How dare you be so flippant, man, about mandates, masks, and vaccine mandates?" So there you go.
There you go. All right, start this from the beginning again so we can just savor this hypocrisy. Whoopi.
But I will tell you, this is my body. And nobody, you got people telling me I got to wear a mask or don't wear a mask or do this. Everybody wants to tell me what to do, but you won't let me make my decision about my body. You are not. To make that decision. My doctor and myself and my child.
Yeah, we're not talking about your body.
Wait,
here.
your
Again.
what was that last thing? Your child? Your child?
She caught herself very quickly there. Because, that's what we're trying to protect is your child, Whoopi.
Well, get out of my behind. Get out of my vagina.
Not a problem.
So she's been a strong believer of that for quite some time.
Your terms are acceptable. Oh, my God.
You win. We absolutely are going to stay completely out of it.
When you say we?
Well, I will not be getting into her behind or anything else.
Can we talk about anything else in the world? Here's another. So that was in January. Whoopi Goldberg, and we go back to.
I mean, she's worth a lot of money.
Last year. Okay,
she's an EGOT
so we go
winner.
back to last
Yeah, I
year,
know.
and she was very angry. And I would read the quote to you, but the Miami Herald wants me to pay for that luxury. So she's been the whole time has been critical of people who have dared to question masks and vaccines.
Yeah, I know it. I mean, she's been an advocate for the administration forcing us. And now all of a sudden, she's all about my body, my choice again.
Which is what we've been saying the entire time. What happened to that argument? Well, they just act like they didn't make the mask and vaccine one and move on with their lives.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Amazing.
It's incredible. 888-900-3393.
And Biden, we going to talk about him?
Yeah, we got the Biden stuff coming up. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's good eating. We'll start chewing it up next.
Think they'll ever build a road between Keith's house and Pat's house?
No! Please, no! No! No!
It's Pat Gray Unleashed on The Blaze.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. Got some tweets here. This from Megan Cable. I just want to know if Pat ever thought Roe v. Wade would be overturned before Foreigner was in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. No, I guarantee you.
That's a good
I
question.
never thought that would happen. But
I think he did at one point.
Thought that Roe v. Wade would be overturned before Foreigner gets in?
No, you did
not.
not.
No. Proud 1776er tweets, there's no such thing as safe abortion. During the procedure, someone dies. Yeah, can't think who, but I think you're right.
That could be the reason that when you go to a Planned Parenthood, it's like someone died.
It's like someone died.
Right. Arkansas Pathead, if the leftists are so big about having a mask mandate, how about they have a condom mandate? That mask would be more effective then.
That mask would be.
That's right.
Huh.
Sure would.
Got to noodle that one out.
Patty Ellison tweets, you guys look different. What changed? Do we actually look different? Because we got all new cameras.
Brand new cameras all around. I hope that's a good difference.
50G. We're broadcasting in 50G
well,
right
maybe
now.
your camera's broadcasting in 50G.
You look weird. Your nanny looks weird. You guys are both weird.
Oh, yeah, it's the new cameras. Yeah. That's why.
Maybe that's what it is.
It's the new cameras.
I hope it looks okay.
All right. I hope so, too. Let us know what's different. I didn't realize we looked different. Because I feel the same as I did yesterday.
Do you?
Yeah,
you don't feel like a woman?
Yesterday you were broadcasting in 50G.
Right.
So.
And today it's
50G.
50G. All right. That happy sound means, of course, it's time to chew the fat with Jeffy. Well, it will be when this beautiful musical interlude is over.
Don't what? Don't what? They play that commercial all the time during Braves games, like every Braves.
What commercial? What are you talking about?
Oh, did you know that they ripped off Pat Gray Unleashed and Chewing the Fat?
What?
Yeah.
Who did?
That would be Infinity, the car company.
Infinity?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't come up with their own ideas?
No.
Bastards.
And you see it every segment. And I'm like, is Jeffy here? Close the door. Is Jeffy coming?
It airs a lot.
It does, I know.
Hey, it's May the 4th. Be with you.
Yay!
And I think we're done talking about that
and
now.
We are?
Right? Oh, no.
And
I thought that was the end of
here.
Star Wars.
All right, there we go.
You. Last week we reported that China had the first case of H3N8 strain of avian flu in humans. Health officials have insisted the risk to human transmission is low, though. According to the CDC, illness in humans from bird flu infections can range in severity of symptoms from asymptomatic to death. Now we have a state prisoner in Colorado.
Quite a range.
That's a range.
You can either be asymptomatic, you could die. I don't know.
Or death. That's a range. Now we have a state prisoner in Colorado who has become the first individual in the United States to have contracted bird flu, though health officials are cautioning, you guessed it, major health concern is low. No, don't worry about it. Now, the China boy's family raises chickens. That's also in an area populated by wild ducks. And the convict was reported to be working in a pre-release employment program, helping cull chickens from a potentially infected flock of commercial poultry. So he reportedly recovered quickly with minimal symptoms. He was in the other range. He didn't get to the death range. Yeah. The case was the result of a one-off interspecies transmission. Was it? I mean, I'm not an epidemiologist. I know this might come as a shock to you, but it would seem to me that the more one-offs we have, that human-to-human transmission could be happening soon. I mean, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just
what
me.
did Dr. Fauci know, and when did he know it?
Under the heading of that damn drought, a tweet from the Southern Nevada Water Authority. Lake Mead water levels have declined about 150 feet since 2000. And recently they dropped low enough to expose the top of intake number 1, built in 1971. And while we've got Southern Nevada covered with our third intake and the low lake level pumping station, it's a great reminder. Save water. Save water. That's what they say. We don't have enough water supplies right now to meet normal demand, according to the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California. Their spokesperson said the water is not there. The agency told some 6 million people in sprawling Los Angeles and Ventura and San Bernardino cut outdoor watering to 1 day a week. I really don't know why they haven't been doing that anyway. I don't understand why that hasn't happened. And the surface level of another massive Colorado River reservoir, Lake Powell, dipped below a critical threshold in March, raising concerns about whether Glen Canyon Dam can continue generating power for some 5 million customers across the West. So no worries, though.
Yeah,
no worries.
It's fine.
At Lake
Isn't
Mead,
it weird how they've got this severe drought in California, and here it rains all the time. All the time. A lot. I mean, it's just
lately,
been pouring
lately. And they have big droughts. I mean, New Mexico and Nevada, they're burning, right? I mean, we got wildfires going on.
Well,
imagine what it's going to be like late in the summer then.
Remember what you learned a few weeks ago on Pat Gray Overtime was you can blame these wind turbines for creating the drought.
Right.
Remember that?
Yeah.
It changes the
I mean,
flow.
I'm okay with bringing in some Chinese cloud seeding.
It breaks up storms because it changes the wind patterns. And if you looked at the map that we had on Overtime, it's right.
Looks like it coincides with where the
west
turbines
of
are.
where the droughts are.
Right.
Amazing.
That's interesting. And at Lake Mead, they have some new pumps that are fed by an intake that they drilled nearer to the bottom of the lake. So we're going to suck that thing just completely dry. They finished that up last year, so they continue to, that continues to give water to Vegas and the casinos and the residents, the 2.4 million residents of Vegas and the 40 million tourists. We can't have them go without water.
No.
That cannot happen. And the drinking, the third straw, 895 feet above sea level, below a point at which water would not be released downstream from the Hoover Dam. And without that third intake, Southern Nevada would be shutting its doors. There's no water. Everything is closed up. I mean, they claim that they reached Lake Mead reached its high water mark in '83 at 1,225 feet above sea level. On Friday, that level was 1,055 feet, about 30% full.
And it's starting to reveal some things too, as we talked about.
Most definitely is. So far, one body has been found inside a barrel on the newly exposed bottom of Lake Mead after the old water started to deplete. Oh, what is that, a barrel with a human body in it? Oh, my gosh, there it is. Yes, it is. They claim now the man was shot. The killing probably happened between the mid-'70s and early '80s because the victim was wearing shoes that were manufactured during that period. So just a guess, maybe we might be finding some more bodies in barrels out there as the drought continues. Maybe it's just a one-off. Maybe it's just a one-off because, one guy got lazy, didn't want to dig a hole out in the desert, threw him into the lake instead. Should have dug that hole, but we shall see. Reminder to subscribe to my daily show titled the same as this very segment, Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher. Available wherever you get your podcasts. Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher. Subscribe and enjoy.
Let me just tell you about Scoremaster for a minute. You should always wait 3 weeks before you do some big financial purchase. Why 3 weeks? Well, because that's how fast the average Scoremaster user takes to boost his or her credit score. An average of 61 points. Not 3 or 4 or 7 or 14 like some of these services claim. 61 points is the average, and it happens quickly in an average of 3 weeks. And that 61 points added to your credit score could save you tens of thousands on everything you purchase. Scoremaster technology was developed by credit data scientists to boot your credit score higher and faster than you ever thought possible. It's really easy, takes about a minute to get started, and you don't have to wait months to find your best credit score. Try it for free right now and see how many plus points Scoremaster can add to your credit score. Go to scoremaster.com/Pat. That's scoremaster.com/Pat.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
And more Chewing the Fat with Jeffy.
NASA scientists plan to launch pictures of naked humans into space in hope to luring aliens to us. Why was I not involved in this program?
No, they're trying to lure them here, not repel them.
Oh,
so
wait.
No, I want to be involved in the choosing.
Oh, I see.
I
see. I thought you wanted to be one of the naked specimens.
I mean, whatever.
Hold on. Let's think this through. If we're feeling a threat, now we know what to do. Good thinking, Pat.
Yeah.
But they have the depictions are going to include an invitation to respond should an intelligent alien race find the space nudes. But they revealed the image in a study that's part of a project called The Beacon in the Galaxy, BITG. The pictures aren't graphic photographs of naked humans. I mean,
no.
Whatever. Never mind then.
Never mind.
Whatever.
All right.
But a drawing of a naked man and a woman next to a depiction of DNA. The man and women are waving in an attempt to look more inviting. And I mean, you saw the picture. I mean, nothing looks more inviting than that. If you were an alien, you'd think, "Oh my gosh, I have to stop in."
You're going into hyperdrive to get
here. That could be
an
offensive gesture to aliens. We don't know, like the wave.
Yeah,
I know. Now that apparently it's not the first time that this has happened. The concept of sending pictures of naked humans into space. The Pioneer plaques sent to space on the 1972 Pioneer 10 and the 1973 Pioneer 11 missions also featured drawings of naked humans. The plaques are attached to the antennas on the crafts, and those are still sailing away from Earth today. So, and I don't know if they use the welcoming binary drawings that we showed here earlier of the the couple waving. That's all.
You couldn't be more welcoming than that. How do you not come here
you're an
if you see that?
Being,
yeah,
you're see
coming.
that, you're coming.
You're coming.
You're making
Do
a
not
left.
come.
You're making a
Do not
left
come.
right there.
No.
You're coming in. For you Monopoly fans out there, of which I am one, you have an opportunity to vote on bringing back a classic token. In 2017, most recent fan vote, the thimble and the wheelbarrow and the boot were retired and replaced by the penguin, T-Rex, and rubber ducky. Voting officially started April 28th, and it's going to last 3 weeks. You can vote at monopolytokenvote.com. You vote for which one you want in, which is the wheelbarrow, the thimble, the iron, the horse rider, the boot, and the money bag. I love the horse and rider. Yeah,
I was a thimble guy.
I like the money bag.
Yeah, those are fun. And then you can vote for the token you want out. The Scotty, Hazel. I never had Hazel. Battleship, Penguin, Rubber Duck, Top Hat, T-Rex, and the race car. So good luck, and you can. It's your favorite token. I say, I'm not a big fan of the cat. Maybe the dogs, Hazel. Goodbye. Have a nice day. Get out. Well, whatever. Get out of here. Just a couple more things. The NFL, of course, good news this year. We'll be playing football on Christmas.
3 times.
So good deal. Christmas falls on a Sunday, and we're not taking the day off. It's the NFL.
NFL schedule released a week from tomorrow.
It's the NFL. We're not taking that off. Have a nice day. We're continuing to work. And I would like to say that if you're one of the people who think you can charge a stage, I don't know that we actually have the video of, and I know I probably have the story in your stuff, but someone attacked Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
In his concert last
My first
night.
thought was, I wonder if they planned it. Because
I don't know.
It would create a lot of talk. But after watching
it
and
doesn't
hearing
look
all
like
the
it was
fallout,
planned.
I don't think it was.
Yeah, I don't think it was either.
And apparently the guy was even armed.
Yeah,
I don't know with what.
The first report said he had a gun and a knife.
Jeez.
Whether that's
scary
true or not, there's all kinds of reports
Is it true
coming out
he's
of that.
Trans? It's a trans person.
I don't know. Again, there was no report. They just showed him being hauled off in an ambulance. They had him on a gurney. Looked like his arm was kind of screwed up.
I thought that too.
Security. I mean, if
Did they mess him up?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you doing?
Deserves it.
Yeah. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to break your arm.
Did I just step on your arm?
Oh, no.
Multiple times? I'm sorry.
Oh, gosh darn it.
I thought that was a lumpy piece of wood that was in the flooring.
They were filming the Netflix special. Netflix.
I wonder if they'll leave that in.
Netflix is a joke. And, Chris Rock was there. Jamie Foxx was there. And so, Rock came out later, wondering if it was
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
That was a good line.
That's great. Now, supposedly Will Smith and Chris Rock are really good friends. Have you seen anything about if their friendship has endured this?
I have not.
I don't know.
I have not.
I haven't seen that either.
I know the wife is still doing her, checker table talk or whatever that she does on Facebook. And so we'll see. And there's been all kinds of reports of how their marriage is,
open
on the rocks. And
it's,
not well.
yeah.
We'll
see. That would be tough. And pretty much universally people say they have an open marriage, meaning I guess they get together with other people.
Right.
And that would, I can't imagine surviving that. But obviously, you can. Okay, sure.
I think the wrong day to bring this up.
That's the wrong person to mention that to.
Let me eat!
Wait. By the way, this is kind of a chewing the fatty sort of story as well. Don Lemon's accuser.
Oh, yeah.
Has dropped the assault case.
Yes, he has.
There's a lot to this that we're not.
It's
getting.
awesome.
We'll get into it afterwards. But
it's awesome because he
misremembered the incident.
He did a deep dive into his brain.
Did he?
And he realized that.
Wait, that's not what happened at all.
No, it's not what happened at all. Gosh darn it! I'm sorry.
Now, my first thought on this was, okay, they bought him off and now he misremembers. But it doesn't seem like it based on the story.
I know it doesn't seem that way.
Yeah, I think I don't.
But you can make the case that happened. I know the judge fined him for apparently he was trying to tell people that he would pay them to testify on his behalf.
Boy.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that their stories are false.
I'm with you.
That doesn't mean that he was gonna. He shouldn't have worded it that way, right? He shouldn't have told them that he was going to.
And now look, Don Lemon can go on TV and say, "Look, the charges were dropped.
I'm completely exonerated.
And the guy was forced by the judge to pay for my court costs."
Right. Yeah. He comes out looking pretty good.
Yeah, that's why he was so happy over the weekend with Fauci.
All right. We got to get to the Joe Biden stuff concerning the court ruling coming up here in just a few minutes. There's some tweets here for you. Constance McGrath. Constance McGre. Whatever.
McGre.
So Monopoly is getting rid of all tokens that represent actual work.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's interesting.
Liberty Dictator, does NASA actually think that gender is binary?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they do.
What a good point. Because they only had 2 up there.
Yeah, they do.
That they're sending out to the aliens.
They had a whole breakdown of their binary system, and they absolutely believe that that's universal language. Yeah.
How non-inclusive that is. Racco tweets, the new cameras make Pat look more red, Keith more orange, and Jeffy more, well, I don't think you can do anything more to him. Barbarian.
So he says your camera's fine. That's what he's saying.
Yeah,
looks
that's
good.
Sure. That's really, that's what he's saying.
Now broadcasting in 50G.
The new cameras make Jeffy look athletically overweight.
Well,
so there you go.
So it's perfect.
Oh, it's working. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's exactly what he looks like in person. So he's just athletically overweight, to the 10th power.
I don't know that I appreciate the tone of overweight.
It's just simple math.
Also, MSNBC had a guest on. Is this just yesterday? Talking about the founders.
He was talking about the Roe v. Wade and the abortion.
But he brought the founders into it.
Oh yes, Eli is out. He is Eli Mistal. Right? Mystal.
Okay.
He's their legal analyst on MSNBC.
Let's see what he had to say.
Alito's fundamental legal reasoning is that abortion is not a fundamental right because it doesn't go back to the founding, because the founding fathers didn't recognize abortion as a fundamental right. And he's right about that. The founding fathers didn't recognize abortion as a fundamental right because the founding fathers were racist, misogynist jerk faces who didn't believe that women had any rights at all. So of course they didn't believe that women had rights to their own bodies. The founding fathers didn't believe that marital rape
He needs to stop saying didn't.
couldn't be a thing according to the founding fathers, according to Sam Alito. So that's the history that Sam Alito is accessing. Look, either you believe that the founding fathers in their infinite wrongness were overcome by the 14th Amendment, which guarantees equal protection to all people in this country.
Pause it.
Or you don't.
There
the
was no
anyway.
14th Amendment
With
when the founding fathers were alive. Okay? Dumbass.
You just start with that.
Well, you just start there, and you know he doesn't know what he's talking about at all. That's pathetic.
I think he was saying the 14th Amendment canceled out the founders, but whatever. He still sucks, period. We've had him on clip before. He's been on The View talking about the founders.
Go back. I want to hear this again. Perhaps I misheard it. Let's hear it.
And if you don't believe that the 14th Amendment guarantees women rights to their own reproductive system, just like a man has a right to his own reproductive system, if you don't believe that, then we are living in a situation where women have second-class citizen status.
Okay, well, that's after he said.
Yeah, that's after.
That can go away. We wanted to hear what he said before that.
Who is this guy?
We're racist, misogynist,
MSNBC's legal analyst.
Who didn't believe that women had any rights at all. So of course they didn't believe that women had rights to their own bodies. The founding fathers didn't believe that marital rape was a thing. Couldn't be a thing according to the founding fathers, according to Sam Alito. So that's the history that Sam Alito is accessing. Look, either you believe that the founding fathers in their infinite wrongness were overcome by the 14th Amendment, which guarantees equal protection to all people in this country, or you don't.
Well, anyway, he still sucks is the bottom line, and he hates America, and it's obvious that
quite obvious.
And hold on a second. So women have the reproductive rights. So there's only one part of their body that they have control over, because you weren't making that argument with the vaccine. And if you want to keep your job, if you want to travel, you got to get this injection. But your reproductive, now that part of your body, that's cool.
Correct.
They're
making that distinction too.
There you go.
I mean, it renders you speechless. Otherwise, you just start using words you can't say on the air.
What are you talking about, jerk face?
Wow, that's amazing. Also, Elizabeth Warren is kind of in meltdown status right now, too.
Yeah, this was. I mean, I was concerned for her health.
Were you?
She was gonna.
Were you?
I was.
Yeah.
I was concerned she was gonna, stroke out here.
Let's see it.
Angling for decades now, and we are gonna fight back.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
yeah.
A little concerned.
A little animated there.
I know she's
No doubt
she's
about
getting
it.
a little long on the tooth.
That's some violent rhetoric there, too.
It sure is.
Gonna fight back.
It sure is. It's almost, I don't know, Insurrection-y.
Insurrection-y. Okay.
Treason-y.
Insurrection-y,
what did she know? When did she know it kind of thing? It almost is. It almost is.
We need a third one here. Comedy in threes. Insurrection-y, treason-y. And there's got to be another one in there somewhere, because I'm trying to come up with a show title at the same time.
Joe Biden had some thoughts yesterday on the Supreme Court and the Roe v. Wade situation.
So good.
Look, think what Roe says. Roe says what all basic mainstream religions have historically concluded.
What?
That the existence of a human life and being is a question. Is it at the moment of conception? Is it 6 months? Is it 6 weeks? Is it quickening, like Aquinas argued? I mean, so the idea that we're going to make a judgment that is going to say that no one can make the judgment to choose to abort a child based on a decision by the
He doesn't even know what he's saying.
He doesn't. He has no idea.
He doesn't even know what he's talking about. He has no idea.
But he makes the point that Roe versus Wade is apparently...
It's in line with every mainstream religion.
It's canon, apparently, for religions.
That is outrageous, asinine, insane. The guy is supposedly this super Catholic, and he can't noodle out that Catholicism does not fall in line with Roe v. Wade. Certainly my church doesn't fall in line with Roe v. Wade, is anti-abortion, is pro-life. Catholicism is pro-life. Baptists are pro-life. What is he talking about?
Of course,
I don't know of a religion that says, "Yep, just go ahead and end the life of a baby at any time you want during your pregnancy, or even after, even after if you want."
They're out there, but
are they not the?
Are they real
Baptists,
religions?
Catholics, Mormons, Muslims? Just about every faith I know of are. Except for probably these Presbyterian offshoots, maybe, like we had the other day.
Yeah.
But that's not mainstream Christianity. I mean, to twist religion into agreeing with your position is unbelievable.
Have we seen the release from the Vatican of how proud they are of the United States? As the Pope told
is
us
strangely
how great we are.
Quiet on this.
How happy he is that we're turning around for life.
Not a peep. Which is interesting, because you would think he'd be praising the United States for this decision.
Wouldn't you?
Wouldn't you think that?
You?
Yeah, you would think that.
You would think that.
No, he's commenting on other stuff, though.
Yeah, he's commenting on the Russian situation.
Yeah.
Of course
it's our fault.
That's our fault, obviously.
Oh, my gosh.
If he can spin something into being our fault, then he's all about that.
I am doing a news search. Pope Francis, Roe versus Wade. I'm not seeing it come up any.
It's interesting.
Kind of mention.
Isn't that interesting, Ivan? Is there a number of people can call, Ivan?
Not
It's
even
right there.
the
It's right
one
there.
story.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Momentous day.
That's interesting. It's interesting. Did he say something?
No, I said it's a momentous day, and you'd think that.
Yeah, you would think he would.
A Catholic Pope would chime in on.
Especially after the President of the United States has said every major religion falls in line with Roe v. Wade. Nobody should have a problem with it. Really? Maybe we should have somebody explain that to you, Joe.
I don't know how long. Maybe you ought to go back to church.
Yeah.
Maybe you ought to listen.
Yeah. Wow. And here he is with back in the day. I think it's
2012.
Was it 2012?
I think so.
Really? Okay.
This clip here?
His former thoughts on abortion.
Yeah. Think.
I do not view abortion as a choice and a right. I think it's always a tragedy, and I think that it should be rare and safe. And I think we should be focusing on how to limit the number of abortions. And they ought to be able to have a common ground and consensus as to do that. I think the vast majority of the American people think that can be done.
2006.
Wow.
2006. Sorry. 2006.
Okay. Well, still. It's not ancient. It's not from 1975.
Right.
In 2006, Joe Biden feels like it's a tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
And today he's trying to say, no, Roe v. Wade falls in line with every mainstream religion.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about? That makes perfect sense. What am I supposed to go back to Thomas Aquinas? Come on. Come
quickening?
on.
Now, he's actually voted on abortion and...
Back in, this was from
1981.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is ancient history.
Sure.
It's actually, let's see, cleared a key hurdle in the Senate Judiciary Committee in March 1982. Support came not only from Republicans, but from 39-year-old second-term Democrat Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. Are you kidding me? There was a senior. Someone else was named Joseph Robinette Biden. That's sad. That is sad. But in a new era in Washington in 1981, it was under Ronald Reagan, and abortion rights activists were terrified. With a pro-life president, Ronald Reagan in power and Republicans controlling the Senate for the first time in decades, social conservatives pushed for a constitutional amendment to allow individual states to overturn Roe v. Wade.
What?
That's
what a
interesting.
Concept.
And among the people voting in favor of that amendment.
Who? What? No, come on.
Yeah, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr.
No, the junior. Though.
I don't know if that junior is even real. I have a question about that junior. Was there another Joseph Robinette Biden?
Is that his dad's name?
I don't know. I'm looking. I'm going to find out right now.
So in other words, he voted to do exactly what the Supreme Court did Monday night.
Exactly.
Precisely the same thing.
But it was 41 years ago. You could change your mind. But my gosh, that shows
he addresses that.
How far he's come. I'm probably a victim or a product, however you want to put it, of my background. Biden said at the time, the decision was the single most difficult vote I've cast as a U.S. Senator. Bill never made it to the full Senate, and when it came back up the following year, Biden voted against it. But, I mean, fascinating how radical these people have all become over the years. But it's the Republicans who are extremists.
So if he's a victim, not just a product, but a victim, he is saying of his own faith? Is that
that's kind of what he seems to be saying.
I'm a victim of my own faith.
Yeah. When he entered the Senate in 1973 as a 30-year-old practicing Catholic who soon concluded the Supreme Court went too far on abortion rights. He told an interviewer the following year, so this would have been 1974, that a woman shouldn't have the sole right to say what should happen to her body.
Whoa.
By the time he left the vice president's mansion in early 2017, he was a 74-year-old who argued a far different view.
Right. See, that's the early 2019 New York Times that was not on board with Joe Biden as the nominee.
That government doesn't have a right to tell other people that women, they can't control their body, he put it in 2012. That's great. So
that was his father's name, too, by the way.
It was?
Yeah.
So he is a junior.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that would have been a fun
know.
fact.
I really wanted that not to be true.
You thought you were onto something, but you weren't.
No. Nothing there.
So typical. All right. 888-900-3393. If you have a dog, you know that, I mean, I'm sure your dog is your best friend and part of the family, and you love your dog. You want the best for it.
I'm apathetic toward mine.
Are you? Yeah. Is that why you have like 9 of them?
I have 2.
Okay, 2. We've been telling you for a while about Rough Greens, which changed my dog Belle's life for the better. She used to be really picky about her food, and it took her all day to eat a bowl of food. Not since Rough Greens. You just sprinkle this on top, and now she gobbles it down. Loves this stuff. It's a supplement that puts back into your dog's food all the vitamins and minerals, the probiotics and antioxidants, pretty much everything your dog needs to be happy and healthy. Now, Rough Greens wants to make sure that your dog is going to be like mine and love this stuff. So they're going to send you a free bag to try out with your dog for a few days. All you have to do is pay for the shipping. Get a free bag right now by going to roughgreens.com, R-U-F-F Greens, roughgreens.com, or just call 833-783-3364.
Pat Gray. Pat Gray returns.
I do. It's true. Welcome to it, 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter, where Toothpaste Words tweets, I will never understand how a woman can feel a baby kick inside her and still be for abortion. Decaffeinated Texan, hey, lefty douchebag legal analyst, just because you yell your historical ignorance at the top of your lungs doesn't make it right. Vern Lundquist, all these pro-baby killers are really putting on a display of toxic femininity. Jitty, with 2 Y's, traffic emails. As an outsider, it's been fascinating watching the leadership or figureheads of mainstream religions stray so far from biblical teachings. They're corrupting religion just as fast as education. Ah, man. Eric Swalwell had some genius thoughts yesterday.
I mean, does he have anything but?
You're probably right. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, you didn't need to set it up like that.
There is no off switch to genius.
Clearly.
And that's clear with Eric Swalwell. He's accused Republicans of wanting to ban interracial marriage now. Yeah, the Republicans won't stop with banning abortion, which they did not do. This is not a Republican issue. The Supreme Court did this. Republicans did not do this. The Supreme Court ended Roe v. Wade, or maybe will end Roe v. Wade, right? And when you end Roe v. Wade, that does not end abortion.
Sends it back to the states. You actually have more rights.
I wish it did end abortion, but it doesn't. So it just sends it back. The states then decide. That's how this works. Stop lying about it. And Eric Swalwell knows full well. But he says they want to ban interracial marriage. Do you want to save that? Well, then you should probably vote. So they're already setting it up for November.
Definitely.
Obviously, Swalwell has heard the deafening roar coming from the Republican Party where people are demanding no minority marry a whitey. Have you heard that? Like every single day, multiple times a day.
I run over signs that have blown over on the way to work.
Right. No more interracial marriage.
Right. And Republicans have been chopping at the bit. They've been waiting for this. You know this. Because on Monday night when the news dropped, the leftist groups were ready to go, and they were out in front of the Supreme Court protesting. And then if they had panned the camera just to the right there, you would have seen the Republicans that had their pre-made signs. They're like, okay, now, next up, interracial marriage. Let's go, SCOTUS.
Well, we're having a hard time deciding whether that's the priority or same-sex marriage. We're going to end one of them.
I see.
Maybe both of them. But which one first?
You got to prioritize.
Which one goes first?
As a party.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm torn.
I don't know.
Torn.
I will say that interracial marriage needs to get better signs.
Right.
So I don't have to run over them.
Because they keep blowing over.
Right. So maybe it's same-sex marriage that wins.
These people are just absolutely crazy and calling for violence, by the way. A senior correspondent at Vox was one of the first to use violent language in his tweets. Seriously, shout out to whoever the hero was within the Supreme Court who said, F it, let's burn this place down.
Yeah, it's almost as if this was released so that it takes our mind off of, I don't know, the economy. The war.
Yeah.
It's almost as if something like that would happen.
Afghanistan's a distant memory.
Afghan what?
Yeah, right. I forgot too.
Another blue checkmark person, Caitlin Hobbs. You know who that is?
Sure.
Caitlin's preferred pronouns are they, them.
All right.
Just so you know. They're they, them. So don't call Caitlin he or her.
Well, you can.
They, them.
But she prefers.
Yeah, right.
They,
but she'll punch you in the face if she sees you.
Well, is she what? What? If who, they, what?
If, good golly.
I mean, Pat,
if they see you.
Rake it in.
Right. Thank you, Keith, for that correction.
Caitlin is so pissed right now.
But here's what Caitlin said. I'm going to burn this entire GD country to the effing ground.
Oh, she's already mad.
So. Oh, yeah, she's mad.
Wait, excuse me?
Yeah.
They're mad. Oh, guys.
Oh, right.
My word.
I said Caitlin. No, Caitlin.
Learned.
You just chastised us, and then we did it again.
They're mad.
They're mad. DIJ.
Them's mad.
DIJ tweets, it's time for this country to burn and start over again. And you got Tyler Conway tweeting, don't even know what's left to say about this country. Just let the effing thing burn to the ground at this point.
But there's nothing wrong with that kind of rhetoric.
Nothing.
Burn the country to the ground because I can't kill a baby.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
And you know,
unbelievable.
Can we play this out for just a second? Let's say that gay marriage or interracial marriage does get thrown back to the states. And let's say a state says, you know what, we're not going to allow blacks and whites to get married. Oh, you think that's going to go over well in the country? You think that state's not going to feel the pressure? If you thought Arizona got pressure over not having MLK Day 30 years ago, just you wait until a state tries to ban that. And then you can ban all of your sports events and everything in that state and have fun because we'll all be there looking at that state pointing fingers.
Oh, I mean, the guys that go on record for that will be drummed out of the world.
Play it out.
I love the number of idiots on Twitter who just had no problem inciting violence here.
Yeah.
That is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, we've come a long way since Sarah Palin said, let's target this district. Had a target on it, and she meant target it with the election. They're actually just saying, Chris Evangeliza, burn it all down. Imran Khan, burn the system down. Chris Vickery, burn things. Tom Angora, thank you for your purity tests. Sorry the smart lady was too prepared to be president. She warned us. Time for the real activists to hit the streets. Let's burn it to the ground. I mean, this kind of rhetoric, if and when this happens, are these people in part responsible?
Not a chance.
Can we hold them accountable?
They won't be.
No, they won't be.
I mean, it's kind of treason-y.
And why aren't they banned?
It's kind of treason-y. Kind of insurrection-y.
When the third one is seditious-y. Okay, yes.
I like it. It's kind of in there.
Seditious-y.
Awesome. I like it.
I'm just saying.
Man, how does Twitter leave this stuff up? If these were Republicans saying this, they'd be banned because, you violated our really high standards of ethics, and so we had to take you down. Okay, but all of this is perfectly fine. The left can literally say whatever they want.
Only one of them was burn the system down, right?
I caught that.
They're trying to make the argument that it's
everybody
not
else is saying burn things down, burn
right.
it down. They're talking about burning the country down.
Right.
Austin O'Brien, burn it down. Ghost Key, F the United States Supreme Court for making an attempt to strip women of their right to safe abortions. Burn this system to the ground and build something better.
This is what it's completely
on and on
what's
and on.
happening.
Completely on and on and on. And a lie. An absolute lie.
And their minions will believe it, hook, line, and sinker.
They sure will, because they don't know any better.
All you have to do is read the bill.
Read the bill. I get a kick out of people who say that.
Pat Gray.
Don't forget, Pat Gray Overtime coming up. It usually posted about 11, right? 11 a.m.
Right at 11
If it doesn't,
Central
there's
Time.
hell to pay.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Somebody is made to answer for it.
That's right.
I'll tell you that right
Messing
now.
around.
They're held accountable, if you will.
We're not broadcasting in 50G for this to not post at
That's
11,
correct.
all right?
This posts on time.
Central.
11 o'clock Central, 12 Eastern, which would be 10 Mountain and 9 Pacific.
8 o'clock in Alaska?
But go to Pat Gray. No, you go to blazetv.com/Pat, enter the promo code Pat, and you save $10 off your sub.
Nice.
So you get a great sub, and then you get all kinds of things. You get to see us and not just hear us. You see and hear all the Glenn stuff, and Steve Dace, Chad Prather, all the overtime stuff that's going on. Right
Jeffy's favorite show, Stu Does America, is on there too.
Yeah, right. Stu Does America.
Is really he's on there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Since when?
It's like
quite a while.
New thing.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a while. Oh. Yeah, it really has.
Oh, I take back my sub.
By the way, have you done your Mother's Day shopping yet? Because I could recommend something really good for your mom.
Oh man.
If your
what
mom
would that be?
We're still around.
I know, thank you.
You'd have to give her heavenly cookies now, and these are as close to heavenly cookies as it gets. It's Kexy.
I mean, I could buy them for her, right?
Yeah. Sure. Yes, you could. And then just put them out and hope she comes down and gets them.
Or just eat them on
or
her
just
behalf.
eat them on her behalf. Exactly
Love
right.
you, Mom.
Kexy.com. We get those lavender lemon ones and the mint chocolate chip and the Texas sheet cake. So good. Kexy.com. All right. Oregon schools have implemented, I love this, because finally someone has paid attention to a really, really severe problem.
Okay.
They've implemented the Menstrual Dignity Act.
Thank you.
Yeah, finally. So what does that do? Well, it requires tampons in boys' bathrooms, which we've needed forever. In 2021, the Democrat-controlled Oregon legislature and Governor Kate Brown signed into law Oregon House Bill 3294, which is also known as the Menstrual Dignity Act.
It took this generation to make things right.
Yep. But they did. It requires menstruation products, such as sanitary napkins and tampons, to be available in all public school bathrooms, including those for boys. Okay?
I mean, have you not used one before?
I haven't. No,
Really?
I haven't. Is that a failing on my part?
Yeah.
I mean,
Jeffy?
I can say that I have.
Mm-hmm. So the Oregon Department of Education is telling them to install these, feminine hygiene products now. They used to be called feminine hygiene products, but that's not appropriate anymore.
No, because you use them for nosebleeds and stuff like that.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like in a pinch.
Mm-hmm.
Or in a boys' bathroom in Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What a crazy world. Why?
Right.
Why?
Well, because we're all equal. Everybody's the same.
No, we're not, though. That's the thing.
Everybody's the same.
That's the thing. Boys and girls are different. That's why they're called boys and girls. If they were the same, you just need one word for them.
I'm going
you know
with
what I mean?
Jeffy on this one
you.
just so I can have an opinion on the Supreme Court ruling Monday night.
Okay.
Because now I'm allowed to.
Yeah.
If we're all
Now we can
able
call
to
them
get
women, I guess. Again, we know what a woman is all of a sudden. Suddenly, Monday night, it became clear once again to the left, oh, that's right, there are women, aren't there? And we can define them without being a biologist. Huh. We showed this graphic on Pat Gray Overtime yesterday. This is incredible. The number of pediatric gender clinics.
It's terrifying.
Back in 2007, the country was woefully prepared to deal with gender issues. Look at that. There's two. I can count.
In Virginia.
1, 2. So there's 2. Right? Did I miscount there?
I don't think so.
Wait, let me do it one more time.
Slower this time.
1,
okay.
2.
Well, this is in 2007, though.
Yeah. Today, we're a little more fortunate and a little better prepared.
More or less
there
than
you
2?
go. There's
Look at that.
I'm going to say, now I haven't counted, but I'm going to say, I'm going to go out on a limb and say there are more now.
Yeah, but you see, I don't like
I
this.
mean, you could say that with anything.
Let me tell you why this map is misleading.
You could. I mean,
No.
You show a map of In-N-Out burgers or from 2007
Well, yeah,
to
but
today.
that makes sense.
Oh, God. Get
makes
out of
sense.
my
Everything
face.
is expanded
Oh,
since
shut
then.
up. Shut up.
I mean,
Oh, man.
Anyhow, but this is a misleading map because look at how they kind of pad the numbers there because
Let
they
me see.
include Canada and Mexico.
oh, yeah.
That's
it looks
right.
a lot worse.
It's so much worse when you.
Yeah, because there's 3 in Mexico, 4 in Mexico maybe, and there are 1, 2, maybe 5 or 6 in Canada.
Sure.
And there are hundreds
Yeah, but see,
in the U.S. now.
I mean, it's not that bad.
Oh, there's more.
That doesn't look like
In-N-Out burgers.
There's more
doesn't look
In-N-Out
like
burgers.
From
There's,
2007?
But there was more Home Depots.
you know what
now.
else? There's more cell phones, too.
Thank you.
There's more cell phones now than in
Show
2007.
a cell phone map, Rob. Do you have a cell phone map?
Yeah. Let's look at that one. I'll bet there's even more dots now on the
It didn't
cell
look like
phones.
hundreds, though.
Would you stop? Oh, God.
Speaking of schools, the head counts are down to public schools, obviously.
Good.
And so the budgets are as well, too, because they get paid on the amount of kids that show up.
Mm-hmm.
And so not as many kids are showing up. They're getting less money.
And we have said this.
Yes, time and time again.
Right. If you want to make a statement of how you feel that public education is in your town, then just pull your kids out. Because when there's no funding coming in from a federal level, then they're going to freak out. Ta-da!
And they are.
I mean, we've had reports of schools around the country during COVID opening up just so that they could say that they were open so they would get the funding.
Mm-hmm.
If they were up against the wall on, well, we've got to be open at least one day to get the funding. So I guess what? We're open.
Yeah.
It's safe now.
And the school system in suburban Kansas City is eliminating over 100 jobs, including kindergarten aides and library clerks. Oakland, California, closing down 7 schools. Other districts around the country are merging classrooms, selling buildings, and leaving teaching positions unfilled in order to close budget gaps.
Okay, well, then these Kansas teachers can move to Florida, where the groomer teachers are so upset that they can no longer openly groom their students that are leaving the workforce there. Ta-da! Openings in Florida, I bet. Kansas teachers in this story.
Now, Houston ISD, which is the largest school district in Texas, enrollment fell by more than 22,000.
Wow.
In the fall of this last year. So in 2021, the fall of 2021, 22,000 fewer students.
Now, are they moving out of? I'd be interested to see. Are they
I don't
moving
think so.
out of
I think
Houston proper?
They're staying home.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. I think there's a lot more homeschooling going on.
I mean, and that stat right there is from a state like Texas that is booming.
Mm-hmm.
People are moving in, and it's not offsetting the, for lack of a better term, the bleeding of students is what they've got going here.
There's some hemorrhaging right now. But they deserve it. They just really do, because these schools now are little indoctrination centers, little propaganda centers.
Groomer factories.
Ooh. If you will.
And
I think you will.
What's that look, Jeffy?
No look.
Okay. I don't know. I'm still hung up on your In-N-Out burger. I guess I'm a little.
I could use an In-N-Out
suspect
burger.
of you
I
over
could tell
there.
you that.
Right? Little 745 In-N-Out burger. Let's go.
Kind of hungry for an In-N-Out
Plus,
burger.
there's more people than there were in 2007. So,
Plus,
of
you're
course,
misleading with your hundreds.
compensate for the number of more people there are. Okay?
Clearly, that's true.
Let me tell you about Omega XL. If you're in pain and it's joint pain brought on by inflammation, there's something that you can do that will calm that down. It's Omega XL. This really worked for me, and I really think it'll work for you. Give it a shot. See if it works. If you tried everything, what do you have to lose? When we're young, our bodies produce SPMs. SPMs are nature's way of keeping joints healthy. But as we age, we don't produce enough of them, and so you start to have inflammation in your joints, and they're painful. That's where Omega XL comes in. Go to OmegaXL.com/Pat. Buy your first bottle. They're going to throw in another one for free. OmegaXL.com/Pat. Buy one, get one free. Or call 800-844-4888.
In-N-Out burgers.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
CDC has tracked millions of phones to see if Americans followed COVID lockdown orders.
Good.
That's good. So that's good that they can, they're
your
doing
safety?
that.
For your safety?
It's for your safety, for your own good.
Despise the CDC.
Man, they've got a lot of power, don't they? A lot of stuff that they shouldn't be doing. They just went ahead and did.
We're just doing it.
Yeah, we're just going to do it. And we don't need any authorization from
Somebody
anybody.
finds out later.
Whatever.
Sorry.
Look, that was for your health. What do you want to die?
Right.
This is important. We had to know where you were every minute of the day during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Well, why are you tracking us now? Because we just want to make sure you don't get into trouble now. Oh, okay.
I mean, technically, we're still in the pandemic,
Right, that is true. Well, the numbers are going up quite a bit.
A number around
actually.
I know.
Sucks.
I know. And they're saying the new variant, the new Omicron variant, doesn't battle with the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have, if you think that you've beaten it because you had it already, no, you're still going to get this one.
So yeah, it avoids the vaccine and natural immunity.
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say? Really badly?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you got it.
Okay, good.
Because
I got it.
I had a follow-up. I had a follow-up because I didn't quite follow the doesn't battle with the vaccine.
I know.
I didn't know what
You
that
got
meant.
it. I don't know why that's so
It
difficult to
doesn't
understand.
battle with the vaccine.
I just wanted an In-N-Out
So does it
burger,
get
to
its
be
ass
honest.
kicked or does it kick the vaccines? I couldn't follow.
It just doesn't do the thing that it was supposed to, the thing that was.
You're just going to get it, okay? You're
In and
going to
out.
get it.
In and out.
You're going to get it. Let's be clear. You're going to get it.
Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah,
And
you
know
might
what?
get it again.
And
Yeah.
they will continue to use this justification.
They will.
Variants. Oh, this one's worse. They're gonna perpetuate this
The other thing I
as
saw,
long as they can.
not only all that with the Omicron, but there was a big headline, was it yesterday or the day before? And Delta may be coming back.
The comeback.
Go away.
And where are you getting that? Where are you getting that? There's no, I don't know of any cases of Delta variant.
Well, the CDC is tracking phones and tracking people that
They
are
are tracking
getting
phones
sick,
and tracking
so.
people. That's true. So they're going to find it somewhere. So they harvested information from tens of millions of phones in the U.S. to perform analysis of compliance with curfews, track patterns, people visiting K through 12 schools, and specifically monitor the effectiveness of policies in the Navajo Nation. The documents also show that although the CDC used COVID-19 as a reason to buy access to the data more quickly, it intended to use it for more general CDC purposes.
China light.
Pretty soon it's not going to be that light
No,
either.
it is not.
On the Chinese situation. Location data is information on a device's location sourced from the phone, which can then show where a person lives, works, and where they went. The sort of data the CDC bought was aggregated, meaning it was designed to follow trends that emerge from the movements and groups of people. Yeah, that's all. So don't worry about it.
I mean, while I disagree with them doing this, I mean,
You're
these
fine
companies
with it.
are selling it every day.
Yeah.
I mean,
And they shouldn't be.
And we have millions of one of the fastest growing apps in the world is TikTok. And I mean, that China Light, that's China. And all that information goes back to, I don't know, China.
Right.
I mean, they're trying to make us feel better that, we're going to make a deal now that that information is going to stay just in the U.S. We're not going to let it go back to China. Okay. They'll just go to the CDC then, right?
It's going to end up.
I mean, it's just amazing.
Right.
It is.
But to your TikTok point, it's going to be one of endless things that Trump warned us about that come back.
Yep.
There we go. But now you got the CDC, so that's good. You know, we got to track Americans, make sure they're following the order.
I love it. The documents reveal. Yeah, I love it. I love it. They're helpers. No, they're trying to help us. The documents reveal the expansive plan the CDC had last year to use location data from a highly controversial data broker. SafeGraph, the company the CDC paid $420,000 for access to 1 year of data to, includes Peter Thiel and the former head of Saudi intelligence among its investors. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, so you just have the former head of Saudi intelligence. I mean, I don't even want Peter Thiel with my information. What does he need it for?
Right, well, I mean...
Google banned the company from the Play Store in June. That's interesting.
It is.
The CDC used the data for monitoring curfews, with the document saying that SafeGraph's data has been critical for ongoing response efforts, such as hourly monitoring of activity in curfew zones or detailed accounts of visits to participating pharmacies for vaccine monitoring.
Interesting.
They're going to start using this for things...
all around, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
We can't even imagine.
Oh, they've already been tracking us all over the place.
Zach Edwards, a cybersecurity researcher who closely follows the data marketplace, said in an online chat after reviewing the documents that the CDC seems to have purposely created an open-ended list of use cases, which included monitoring curfews, neighbor-to-neighbor visits, visits to churches,
contact
schools,
tracing,
and pharmacies, and also a variety of analysis with this data specifically focused on violence.
What?
Why? What?
All right. The CDC, find something else to worry about.
Jeez.
Go away. Stop tracking us. Gross.
Can you imagine? These are the things we have accidentally found out about. What are the things we don't know about? Because that is chilling to contemplate.
I feel safer when I think about it. I don't know about you.
Oh, good. I'm glad you feel safer.
Man.
That's great.
My family and me, I'm safe.
For you and
safe.
yours,
Now,
you're happy they're doing that.
Good. The CDC, not at rest here in regards to the masks on transportation like airplanes. They came out yesterday, and they're still trying to get you to wear masks on planes.
Yeah, they've restated their recommendation for plane mask wearing.
And here's the thing.
What's the thing?
You can.
If you want to right now.
You can.
You can.
Say what?
I know.
But here's what they want. You must.
Aha.
That's what they want.
So you can.
You can.
You must.
But what really would be great is you must.
Stay out of my behind. Okay? That's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, again, your terms
What about your hoo-ha? What about
that?
Out of that? Okay.
Right. I'm with Whoopi.
Now the thing on the CDC mask thing, okay? So they're out there screaming, saying, "Look, we're still relevant. We suggest that everyone wear masks on planes and trains and federal transportation, blah blah blah." The Department of Justice, as of now, while they said they were going to fight this in court, they have not pursued this. They have until the end of this month to go and try to force you to wear masks through a court order. So if they miss that deadline, then effectively, I guess this is dead. So you have to hope for the next 4 weeks that the Department of Justice refuses to take this to court.
We've seen the elites in this last week at the White House Correspondents' Dinner and the Met Gala. Only the low-level workers were wearing masks. So
right, like the person who was fixing the gown of Hillary Clinton.
Right.
or fixing your shoes, or
all
I
the
don't know.
photographers photographing the elites were wearing masks.
Now, if you'll recall, that's the same place where Joe Biden was wearing a mask backstage, of course. That's what.
Yeah, because there were less people backstage. When he went out there were 3,000.
Right.
And so much less important to wear a mask.
And
there.
Fauci made a big deal about not going to it for his personal health choices, but he went to the pre-party.
He sure did.
Yes,
and there's all kinds of pictures of him
glad-handing,
maskless, with with everyone, including Don Lemon, by the way, who was all smiles, knowing that his case was resolved.
Good for him.
I know.
Good
He's
for
just
him.
Happy.
So does that mean he didn't do the stick his hands in his pants?
That's what he'll say.
Rub the guy's face
That's
or
what
whatever?
he'll say.
Can I?
He'll say he's completely exonerated. I
Ick.
don't know that I believe that, but that's what he'll say.
Okay. Can I share a quick theory on this? I think that the guy probably did try to give money to the people, the witnesses, right? He's like, hey man, I'm gonna have a windfall from this, and I want you to help me with this. I'll pay you some money when I get this big case settled with Don Lemon.
Okay.
So I completely personally believe that this happened. Okay.
Sure. Well, I mean, so did the judge. That's why he was fine.
And I think that he just got, I don't know, say greedy, but he just tried to get these people that maybe were on the fence about wanting to testify. And he's like, hey, listen, testify, and then I'll make sure that I take care of you.
And now he looks really bad.
Right.
You wouldn't believe him now.
Right.
So.
And maybe Don,
maybe he didn't.
Maybe Don gave him some cash. And again, maybe he is
Maybe he
innocent.
didn't do it.
Right. But I mean, there's been plenty of times. Who among
They'd
us?
never cut us that slack, though.
No, they
under
would
similar
not.
circumstances,
No, they would
they'd
not.
never give us the benefit of the doubt.
Who among us has not been out at a nightclub and had, rubbing issues from time to time with people? I can see where a misunderstanding could happen.
Wait, rubbing issues?
I've never had rubbing
had
issues.
rubbing issues?
If you're out and about at a nightclub.
No.
Out and about?
At no nightclub have I ever had rubbing issues.
Well, I'm not sure what nightclubs you're going to, but
apparently not the same ones you do.
Well,
oh no,
which is good, and I'll keep trying to make sure.
Yeah, make sure you tell us where you're going to be. Tell the CDC so they can track you.
They already know.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Let me ask you the question that liberals were just asked. Douglas Murray, author of The War on the West, talked to Dave Rubin about this and tried to separate fact from fiction about some of the things that we talk about all the time, like police violence, for instance. So Douglas Murray went out and asked a bunch of people who consider themselves very liberal. All right, how many black people do you believe are killed every year by police officers?
Oh, these are always great questions because there's people.
How many would you guess, very liberal people, how many blacks are killed by police every year?
I mean, their answers are thousands.
And it doesn't have to be. We're not talking unjustified or anything. We're just talking.
How many are shot and killed every year by American police?
Got to be thousands.
I bet liberals think
10,000.
Yeah, unbelievable.
They think 10,000 a year. The actual number
portrayed.
The actual number averages around 10 a year.
I would even give you 50.
How many of those 10
might have said 50.
turn out to be completely justified?
That's right.
It was a armed suspect attacking a cop or something.
Oh, it's never justified. Keith, I don't know what kind of game you're trying to play, but it's never justified.
Well, he's trying to play the whitey game.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. The white supremacist
How about zip it over there?
Look at him. He's a Casper. What do you expect from him?
That's right.
You expect Casper propaganda.
I do enjoy.
And that's what we got.
I do enjoy hockey and curling.
See?
And I do wear socks with sandals.
Yes.
Yeah. So
right?
obviously,
they were justified. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead with that little number 10 in your head. See how that works out for you.
Guilty.
All right. Coming up on Overtime, I think we're going to have some fun.
Oh, I like fun.
Yeah, I think we're going to have some fun. And then we'll be back here to talk about the apocalypse.
Not
on Pat Gray
necessarily
Unleashed
Jeffy nightclub
tomorrow.
fun.
No rubbing issues at all.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.